Alright guys, so in this video we're going to be playing some Varus, or at least I'm doing a post-game analysis of Varus, guys. If you're an ADC player, you need to start playing Varus, because I'm telling you, once you learn how to master this champion, you will get so much free elo, especially if you are an ADC player. Now, I used to be really bad at Varus, and now I would consider Varus one of my best ADCs to play. And what makes Varus so strong, especially in high elo, is he has a lot of winning matchups. He basically wins against almost every single ADC. The only thing that can make Varus bad is if you have a really bad support. Other than that, the game is in your hands. Varus's arrows are super broken, and there's a lot of tips and tricks that I do show in this gameplay on how to benefit the most and maximize your damage output with Varus. So guys, critical thing is Varus's first power spike is, oh, right here you can just see that insane damage. We pop their heal and barrier, but Varus's main source of damage and initial power spike is level 3. At level 3 he gets his blight stacks, because you upgrade your second skill at level 3. You always start with your skill 3 because it's great for poking in the lane from really far and CSing compared to an arrow. The arrow is the second thing you upgrade, and then the third thing you upgrade is the skill 2. And when you upgrade the skill 2, the passive of the skill 2 gives you missing health percent damage, which helps with executing people. So look right there, I click my skill 2 and I use my arrow and we get the kill on Alistar. You want to use your skill 2 as an execute on your arrow. So what else does the skill 2 do? It gives you a passive of blight stacks. So with your blight stacks, if you auto 3 times, your arrow or your skill, so your skill 1 or skill 3 can proc the blight stacks. Now there's a lot of things to take in, guys, because Varus is very interesting. When you apply 1 to 3 blight stack, that increases the amount of damage your arrow or skill 3 will do, because it's going to proc the blight stacks. But another thing is, when you use an arrow on a target with blight stacks, so right here Alistar engages, you can see how badly this guy gets absolutely murked. Boom, instantly killed. Beautiful. I just ult Ezreal and he dies as well. But when you use an arrow on a target with blight stacks, it reduces the cooldown of your arrow. Now, one way to abuse this, especially with the full lethality build, is where you get 1 blight stack. Let's say in your situation where you can only get 1 auto, you auto attack someone, use your arrow. Okay, when you use your arrow, it procs the blight and it reduces the cooldown of the arrow. So you could literally have it on a 1-second cooldown. So right here you can see this Alistar kind of being dumb, and I'm starting to apply a lot of damage. I use my skill 2. I'm trying to execute, but he's running away. And look, early game, my arrow's on a 4-second cooldown right now. So early on it. Boom. Oh my god, I'm kind of tilted that Alistar is just standing there right there. I'm pretty sure he thought he recalled, but he didn't. He definitely didn't. Right here, I'm looking at this Ezreal. It's hard to kill, but yeah, guys, you want to make sure you're using your arrow on a target with blight stacks. So right here, you can see I'm just holding out my arrow to do as much damage as possible, and even Ezreal's 1 HP. Oh my god. But you can completely see us dominating this lane. Varus excels in a laning phase where the support is a melee. If Varus is against a support that's a melee, it's basically a free lane. The only thing you need to watch out for with Varus is you do not have much mobility at all. So you need to make sure you be careful on that. So right here, this is a tight situation. You really don't want to die, so you're going to see me backing out of here. But yeah, guys, you want to be spamming those arrows on targets with blight stacks. And just to recap, to get blight stacks, all you got to do is to auto attack them. The more auto attacks you get, the more damage your arrow will do, and you know, it just reduces the cooldown. Also, you need to make sure to be smart with the arrow and how long you hold it. Okay, the longer you hold it, the more damage it does. So you need to think in situations. See, right here, I can hold my arrow super long. I don't need to just click it right away. You can take some time and hold it. It'll do more damage. Secondly, if you want to stack your man immune, because you're going to be going man immune first on this build, you want to be using your arrow and then take it on the X immediately. You want to cancel out the arrow. What happens when you cancel out the arrow? You get a mana refund, and it helps stack the man immune. So right here, you can see me holding out the arrow, and look, it's a 2-second cooldown on my arrow. Look, you guys can see this, literally. I'm auto attacking, I'm holding out my arrow, it's on a 2-second timer again. I'm getting the stacks, using the arrow, get the kill onto Alistar, and I have my arrow up again. And look at how much damage Galio is taking right now. And I have my arrow up again, guys, and I made sure to get the auto to come back, and boom, I arrowed like 4 times in that fight. But if you use your arrow without the target having blight stacks, you will not be able to arrow as much as I did right there. That's why it's so important to get blight stacks. Also, that's one way you could utilize your ultimate to get blight stacks, because it applies blight over time with your ultimate. So when you root someone, that one person will get blight over time. So 1 stack and then another and another. And then you're going to be able to do a bunch of damage, especially if you use your W. So right here, you can see me auto attacking and using my arrow. But this Galio ended up doing a lot of damage. So right here, you can see I use my W after my ultimate, and boom, I execute with the arrow. So a nice little combo is this. You use your ultimate, then you hit your skill 2 to get that missing health % damage. You auto attack a bit, hold out the arrow, execute. That is a fantastic combo. And I'm telling you guys, Varus has been my highest winning champion in Grandmaster Elo right now, which is one of the highest Elos in Wild Rift. It's not even that my Varus is my best champ. Like I'm like, there's many better Varus players out there than me, but it's just so strong because people do not understand how much damage Varus really does. That's why you need to go into a game and play Varus and find out for yourself, especially using these tips, guys. These tips, without these tips, it's very hard to play Varus, guys. It took me a long time to understand how to play Varus. Like, I watched a bunch of people in order to learn what they're doing to do better, and especially understanding Varus's passives. It's so important. So you know, if you are not ready to use this champion in ranked, go into casual and just focus on getting the blight stacks with your skill 2 and using your arrow. Okay, just doing that is great, because with Varus, especially in late game, all you do is just throw arrows out. And right here, I'm coming down to rotate to help my support. Boom, get the blight stacks. As you can see, I proc it with the skill 3, and then I'm holding out the arrow. Look at that. I'm gonna have my arrow up one more time, making sure I get the blight stacks, and boom, I try to get onto Galio here, but Galio actually ends up dodging my arrow. I was holding my arrow too long there. Galio probably would have died if I just used my arrow a little bit earlier. I was being a little risky with it, but you can just see that, man, Varus is a menace. And what is so nice is that it's very hard to put Varus behind in the early game because of how strong he is in the laning phase. That's why it's important, guys. All you got to do is make sure you watch out from getting ganked. Another little tip I like, right here, guys, I kind of make a stupid decision of catching myself out. This Galio just bolted for me, so that wasn't smart. But one tip I recommend is use target lock when using your arrow. Now, you may be, why do that? Well, it helps aim the arrow. The arrow moves so fast that it's almost impossible to dodge an arrow, really. You can only dodge an arrow if you have a speed boost. So don't try to aim the arrow yourself. I don't even try to aim the arrow. You're always going to see me target locking someone or using my portrait lock, and then I use my arrow, because I don't like to aim myself unless I'm poking. If I'm poking, then I'll try aiming myself, because I'm trying to poke, right? But if you're in a fighting situation, apply the target lock and then use the arrow. just to make sure you're being as accurate as possible. So you can see, I see this Galio, immediately portrait lock him. I get an auto attack. I use my W, and boom, boom, executed, just like that, guys. But keep in mind about the target lock. It's very important. It makes it a lot easier to play Varus. And right here, I apply my Blight with my ult and just get the kill. So I didn't even need to use my arrow there. So at this point, we're completely snowballing the game. Guys, this is a high elo lobby, and it looks like they're noobs on the enemy team because of just how insane Varus is. Like I said, the only weakness to Varus is his immobility. So make sure, avoid ganks, guys. Avoid ganks. If you do not have your flash up, then play scared, man. Play scared. Play far back. You do not want to lose early game, because if you lose early game, then it gets hard. But if you win early game, it's basically game over. Now, guys, right here, this is going to be a treat of you just being able to see how much damage Varus can truly do. So right there, I'm just executing everyone, especially with my skill 2 that I'm going to start to use, because I want to try to catch out this Renekton and watch how much damage I do to this guy with just auto attacks. I'm auto attacking with my passive. Look at that. Disgusting. Camille wants to play? Well, he can play, but boom, executed. I mean, come on. I don't know if this is a balance or a cheat code or what. But Varus, if you're abusing the lethality build, which is Man Immune, Ghost Blade, Mortar Reminder, the Dusk Blade, you will be able to abuse the Blight stacks, because you're going to get the cooldown on your arrow so quickly. Right here, you can see me on Galio. I use my W, and watch this execute damage. Disgusting. You can't tell me that's not disgusting and is not balanced. That's why I really want you guys to learn and practice Varus. Like I'm telling you, it's the freest elo out there right now, guys. Play Varus, especially if you're an ADC main. Do not be scared of it. I used to be scared of playing Varus. I had a lot of bad Varus games, but now I play Varus like a beast. And I'm telling you, I love it because it's been gaining me so much free elo. I mean, I have this is even on my Smurf Grandmaster account. Like, this is, guys, I have 3 Grandmasters account of just abusing Varus. So make sure to use it. I'm telling you, once you learn it, you'll get it down. You'll become a beast right there. Free Grandmaster LP, and you can check the damage charts. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.